What's going on, guys? Clone Force 23. We got, once again, another deck tech for you for Jump to Lightspeed. Today we've got the Honest of Hans. And we got my
The odd
boy,
boy.
yeah, we got my boy Alec here to talk about it as well. Alec, how we doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're here to talk about the I don't know what this deck is. It's still just weird to me, but it seems good.
The Han that no one's talking about as much.
Right.
Still a yellow Han. Um, so a lot that comes with that. Really capitalizing on a different strategy in certain ways. Obviously, we get that pump from having odd costed units, and lucky enough, a majority of the good cards are still an odd cost when we're looking at our ones, threes, and fives.
Yeah, especially yellow hero seems to have a lot of yeah, a lot of odd costing cards, funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, feel free to give us a comment, subscribe. But let's get into this guy here. So, this is the deck that I played in one of our uh, live playtesting videos before set four when Alex was playing Asajj Target down. And the deck felt very odd to me. And granted, this was like, I don't know, probably coming up on a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was, a little bit different. People didn't have as much of a grasp on the meta and like how to build the new leaders. But I believe in that video, I said I really would like to build this with a little bit more rebel synergy and put in rebel assaults and stuff like that. And so that's what I did. So I also was playing no even costing cards in that build. I don't believe maybe Surprise Strike was still in. And
Mm-hmm.
I did feel like I needed to have at least one or two even costing units because they do tend to be a little bit more viable. So a couple of the changes. One is we've kind of zeroed in on this the rebel-ish synergy. It's not necessarily like going all in on pilots, but there is a bunch more pilots and really good ships. Um, but there is more even costing cards. So C3PO kind of feels like staple of the deck because you can always draw the card off the top. And if you don't know what I mean, you blank the Han ability and then you play 3PO because it reveals the top card of your deck. So you can always draw turn one, which is cool. And then I threw in two Lukes and two Phoenix Squadrons because I just felt like, hey, sometimes like against aggro stuff, we just need some strong aggressive units we can throw down instead of
Sure.
starting with like a cartel turncoat and an R2D2 on the ground. Like that doesn't feel like super great. And then Bamboozle made its way into the main deck for very obvious reasons for
Mm-hmm.
this set. um, and then Surprise Strike is just like you have to play it in yellow. It's too good. Um, and then yeah, from there on out, like we're not running super crazy like top endy like stuff. It's more so just straight up kind of aggro in your face. And when the Han ability does trigger every turn, that damage does add up. That's one thing I did feel like happened quite a lot was I'm swinging with these guys and I'm getting a +1 each turn. I'm like, okay, this feels strong
Yeah.
because
When you
like
were
when Sabine is pinging the damage, you're taking the damage, but I wasn't even taking the damage, so it felt super good.
Yeah, when we were playtesting it, like you had more consistency with the odds than you did with this deck. But you hit it every turn, and kind of essentially by like turn three, turn four, you've kind of like added a unit's worth of damage to it, and like by the
Yeah,
end, you kind of get to like be a turn ahead in damage, which kind of can be super advantageous, especially if you're talking with another aggro matchup that may be avoiding your units as much. And again, like one damage alone doesn't seem super scary, but like an extra damage for 5 turns. That's, that could be, 20% of somebody's health if you're playing another 5 HP base or 25 HP
Right.
base. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like a lot of your units are doing that and doing it super well. Um, yeah, I mean, again, like yellow's got all those pumps and it feels great. You're pumping here either between pilots or the yellow, surprise strike, rebel assault, Leia's in there. Um, a lot of great options and like arguably the top two pilots of the new set, Chewie and Han, are
Yeah.
in there, which
Right.
put it on any unit and you're going to see this insane value.
Right. Yeah, I think the only thing that seems a little maybe off about this version is there's a lot of threes, which they have to have a different odd cost to trigger Han.
Mm,
Um, so like maybe some fives make it back in. I don't really think a seven. I don't think I was playing sevens in the one that I was play testing because I think that's just too high for the deck. Especially
yeah,
this is the ECL version, and it honestly this one was really kind of made just to counter the space aggro decks. We're playing the bamboozles in the main deck. We're playing the waylays, and then everything else is just straight aggro. Sabine's masterpiece is a like basically our ECL target. It's just there to swarm space. And if we have one of our green units in play, it can become a 4/4. So you're, taking out definitely a turn one ship, if not taking out a Millennium Falcon and living that interaction. So
yeah,
that's like our number one ECL target. But there's other stuff that can become relevant if, you open a space unit or ground unit, then they open battlefield marine, and then you claim and you ECL Leia into the battlefield marine and use Leia to pump Luke into the base. Like pretty good play. Seems good.
not too bad.
Um, yeah, so it's not like we're holding ECL for those huge late game targets like some of the other aggro decks do, which is kind of nice to have that like, oh, I don't need to really kind of calculate like when I should be using my base actions. So like, does it give me advantage right now? Then yes, I'm going to do it.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's got good. I think it's got good potential. Yellow is obviously like the dominant color of the set for the most part, so you get enough synergy on your own and add yellow to it, you're probably going to be in a strong position. I would definitely keep my eye on it as we keep progressing here.
Yeah, and then the Han flip turn can obviously be pretty crazy sometimes if you get to ready a bunch of resources and do create like imagine you start the turn with ECLing Chewie into a ground unit or playing the Han pilot ambushing into a ground unit, then you flip Han onto a ship, ready some more in resources, get a rebel assault off or a surprise strike. Like can obviously be crazy to
Yeah,
have more than five resources on the 5 turn. Seems good.
quite the another another Han deck that can draw out that flip turn and then have explosive punishment
Right.
towards the opponent.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks good. Um, I like the change that you made to this one. Definitely worth a try in your playtesting if you're not sure what to give a go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think like we said at the beginning, I think this Han had a lot of hype, and now he's kind of being overlooked because there's other demons we got to deal with right now. Other bounty hunters we have to worry about. Um, but it's definitely like I'll probably revisit it after 1 or 2 weeks of playing with the other stuff that I want to play with.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, Looks good to me. If you like our stuff, stay tuned. We got more coming. So thanks for watching, and peace out.
Peace.
Space tech, spaceports, TCG, card sports, of course, till my voice goes hoarse. Welcome, wrecking, decking with the strategy, the energy, it's Clone Force 23.